Welcome to Waka Wednesday on Heian Haven. I'm Dawn. What would you say if you could talk to the one who got away? Our selection for today is from Chapter 17 of the Genji Monogatari, E-awase. I've transcribed the text of the poems from each of our translators in the description down below. Let's set the stage. The former Ise priestess is being installed as the Umetsubo consort, arranged by Genji and Fujitsubo. The former emperor, Suzaku, had fallen in love with the Rokujo princess, now the Umetsubo consort, at the ceremony where he sent her to Ise as the priestess, and now sees his hopes of being with her dashed. He sends beautiful and extravagant gifts upon her introduction to the palace and includes this poem. I'm using Washburn's translation. That time I placed the comb of parting in your hair and sent you off, saying, "Return not." Did the gods believe me and decree that we must live apart? The Umetsubo consort felt a little indisposed, but her ladies and Genji insist that she respond to Suzaku. She composes this poem. You gave me the injunction to go far away, never to return. And now that I have returned, those words make me regret that I did not obey. I've used Washburn's translation of the poems because I find they more nakedly represent the original Waka. They can't say as little as they did, so they say more. With these two poems, we have a prime example of how poetry was used as a way to express sincere emotion. The tone of the poems is conversational and direct in meaning. Suzaku did not believe he would be forever separated from the priestess. The Ise consort is overwhelmed and wishes for the simpler time when she was priestess and her mother was still with her. This is not the only poetic exchange these two have. There had become a rivalry of sorts between the Kokiden and Umetsubo consorts, each building a library of beautiful pictures to share with the emperor and garner more attention from him. Suzaku decides to send picture scrolls he had commissioned of events from his reign. On the scroll depicting the former priestess's presentation to the emperor before she left for Ise, Suzaku wrote this poem, again Washburn's translation. No longer at the court, I remain as apart from you as when duties and the sacred rope separated us. Yet even now, I cannot set aside all my feelings. The Umetsubo consort broke off a piece of the parting comb that Suzaku had put in her hair all those years ago, wrapped it in light blue paper, and sent the piece to Suzaku with this poem. Once inside the sacred straw rope, now inside the palace, I feel as though nothing is as it was and find myself longing for those times when I served as priestess to the gods. As I mentioned earlier, there is a quality to Washburn's triplets that is a little more direct than the other translators, and that can be helpful in understanding the poems. Let's compare that last poem with Tyler's Tanka. It now seems to me here within the sacred rope that all things have changed, and I think back longingly to the presence of the gods. I do admire Tyler's ability to translate into the constraints of Tanka. Do you have a favorite in the translation styles of the poetry in Genji? I'm still deciding. And now for my Tanka, inspired by the selections. Faced with the present, I wonder what in my past brought me this future. Each glimmer and shadow of doubt paved the way for my now. What has inspired you this week? Share your poem in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to explore the Heian period of Japan with me through poetry.